Let me show you some camera tips and tricks for Xiaomi 15T and 15T Pro. And we're gonna start by, of course, going to the camera app. Now in here, first I want to show you some camera settings. If we tap over here on this arrow, then we should be able to go to camera settings. And in here we should be able to locate shutter type, where we have additional ways of capturing a photo. For example, we have the palm shutter, so you can show your hand to the front camera, and then we will start the 3 second countdown. We can also tap anywhere on the screen in order to take a photo, so anywhere on the preview, our whole screen can be working as a shutter button. We also have the voice recognition, so if you say cheese out loud, then you should be able to capture a photo like that. And we also have the additional shutter button, which is pretty standard nowadays, and this allows you to drag the shutter button up to create additional one, and you can use it just like the standard one as well. Over here in the camera settings, in the photo section, we also have the fast shot, which is a way that allows you, a method that allows you to quickly take a photo if your screen is locked. So when you have, let's say, your phone in the pocket, but you want to quickly take out your phone and take a photo, and then you can double tap the volume down button in order to open the camera and take the photo. So you can just simply double press the power button, and then the photo will be immediately taken. Of course, we can remove this option, and we can, for example, just open the camera without having to take the photo. But this can be a little bit convenient in situations where you want to immediately or as fast as possible take a photo. Now we're gonna move to the video mode, and over here, if we proceed to audio settings, we have the smart noise reduction that is available for both 15T and 15T Pro, and this allows you to reduce, like for example, the wind sounds or some other sounds that can be interruptive, and it just should make your voice more clear in video recording. And 15T Pro also has these two additional options, the 3D sound and the source tracking options. We can also easily enable HDR10+, and this is actually available in both devices, 15T and 15T Pro. So if you wish to have that HDR10+ for your videos, then of course you can turn it on quite easily over here. And here in the general settings, we have even more stuff that are worth checking out. For example, if we go to the shutter sound, we have different shutter sounds, as the name suggests. So you can switch from the default camera sound, the sound that the camera makes when we take a photo, to something completely different, and we have actually a bunch of different options. So if you're bored with the standard sound, you can easily change that. We can also go to camera modes, and we can choose how we want to access more camera modes, because usually they are hidden in the more panel, which we need to swipe up in order to reveal, but we can also get back into the more tab option. So once you have these camera modes, let me actually go back. There we go. In this case, we can just find the more section instead of having to swipe up. If you often take selfie photos, you might be happy to know that if you switch to the front camera, you can actually add a light to your selfie. So if you are in a situation or in a place where it is just dark and these photos don't look that great because they lack that light, then of course we can enable this light bulb over here, and we can make our screen really bright in order to make our selfie photos much better. We can also take 50 megapixel photos. In order to be able to do that, you can either use the Ultra HD option, or you can go to the Pro mode, and over here we can switch from 12.5 megapixels up to 50. We can also take RAW photos as well in the Pro mode by going to over here where we have JPG, and we can switch to RAW. And in addition to that, while we are on the Pro mode, of course, we also have the Video Pro mode, and also the Pro mode has the preset section, so we can create our own presets that allow you to quickly switch between them. And of course, these presets can also be shared between people, so you can export your preset or import someone else's preset, and you can easily start using these different presets for your own photos. And now something that is available only on Xiaomi 15T Pro, and that is the Ultra Zoom. Over here, if we use a really high zoom, let's say I'm gonna use like 43x, usually over here we can enable the automatic Ultra Zoom, or we can just force enable Ultra Zoom, which should enhance the quality of photos that use that high amount of zoom. Usually these photos don't look that great, they are pretty much distorted, or there's like a lot of grain, etc. but with the ultra zoom we should be able to easily fix that. And that is pretty much it. Thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe.